Hey guys, it's Mia here, and welcome back once again to another show/movie review. And I know I look a little red. I have not been crying, I swear. I have been sneezing my nose off all morning. I am so sick of this allergy season. I just want it to go away. I'm surprised I have a nose left with how much I've been sneezing. Now, I was originally going to talk about Bakugan Battle Planet, not Pokemon, because I am done with that. But I just got done with a movie called Prom Night, and it apparently is a remake of the 1980 version. So, you already know how this is gonna go. So, I'm not done with this either. So, I haven't even moved. I've been really busy and just have not felt like reading. Even though I want to read, I have not felt like it. It's weird. But anyway, talking about Prom Night, I'm not going to compare the remake to the original because I didn't even know the original existed until I was looking up stuff for this Prom Night. So, I'm not going to do a comparison. I'm just going to talk about the Prom Night that I saw. So I'm going in this unbiased because I didn't even know either of the movies existed until today. So let's talk about it. So Prom Night, as you can imagine, starts on Prom Night with everyone talking about prom. But we first open up the start of this show, or the movie, to a girl coming home and not being able to get a hold of her family. She's like, hello, is anyone home? What's going on? Where is everyone? And then turns out someone had killed her entire family. She deals with the cops, the dude gets arrested, and then we flash forward to years later. Now there will be spoilers in this show of this movie because I cannot talk about it without spoilers because some of the spoilers are why I had issues with this movie. I really don't recommend it because it is so boring. But if you are planning on watching it to get like better context to what I'm saying, then watch it first and then come back and watch this. But there will be spoilers. So after the initial opening where this girl comes home, finds her family dead, and the dude gets caught, it ends up the dude breaks out of prison and starts coming for her again on prom night. And we don't get to know any of the characters. We don't get to know her friends. We don't get to know her, except the fact that her family was killed by this dude and that she really wants to go to prom. That's all we get to know about the main character, and we get to know even less about all the side characters. So much so that I barely know our main character's name, let alone all her friends. So I'm not gonna do my usual talking separately about the characters because they're just carbon printouts of the whole all I care about's being prom queen trope. That's really all they are. So there's not much to say character-wise. And at first I thought this was a new movie until I saw the main actor, and I'm like, isn't she a little old to be playing a 16-year-old? But that's when I realized that it came out in 2008 and was just recently put on Netflix. So, like I said, with all of the characters being carbon, all I care about's prom characters, you don't get to care about any of them. Like I said, I don't even know any of their names, and I literally just finished the movie right before doing this. I couldn't tell you a single one of their names off the top of my head. Not even our main character or our main villain. I genuinely could not tell you their names. Because that is how forgettable and bland and cut out they really are. And that right off the bat hurts you. If you're going to have a slasher, give us at least a little reason to A, relate to these characters besides I want to be prom queen, and give us something to latch onto to care about the fact that these people are being attacked. They don't even have the same stereotypical jock, cheerleader, all of that. They just want to be a prom king and queen, and that's all they care about. That's all they care about is getting ready for prom. There's nothing for us to care about as the audience. So when some of them finally do die, there's no weight to their deaths because we didn't give a shit about them anyway. Now that's not to say that sounds harsh, but like in real life, if somebody dies, it has an impact because they do have character, they do have goals, they do have stuff that makes you care about them. And from a human standpoint, even if you don't know them, you feel bad for the family. You feel bad for them because you know they had a family, they had goals, they had a life, they had inspirations. But with shows and movies, your characters are just that, characters. We are going to care about them as much as you make us care about them. It's not in real life where, of course, they have a goal, they have a family, they have this and that and this. It's a movie, it's a show. They are not real people. These situations are not really happening. So if you don't make us feel like these characters are real people, there is not going to be any emotions from us about their character. And that's exactly what happened in this show. They thought, okay, we're going to play on people's heartstrings and suspense by letting the audience watch these characters die. But that completely fails because you can't just throw a bunch of characters dying on the screen without giving us a reason to go, oh shit, they're dead. This sucks. If you don't at least give us something to relate to that character with, it's going to be flat. And that is this movie's main issue. They don't give us one little shred of a thing to latch onto these characters with. You don't go, oh, I relate to her in this way. I relate to him in this way. You're just like, all these characters care about is prom. There was literally a scene where the fire alarms are going off because the police pulled it in order to get everyone to leave the hotel because the psycho was in the hotel killing people. And this one girl that's up for prom queen takes the time to freaking whine and complain that she doesn't know who the prom queen is. Like, bitch, get the hell out of the hotel. There's something going on. There could be a fire. People are dying, and you're sitting there caring about who the heck is prom queen? You'd risk your life to read the name on a piece of paper when prom queen won't mean a damn thing after you graduate? That's how shallow these characters are. I'm sitting there thinking, screw the piece of paper with the name on it. Your life's more important than a fake plastic crown. But she had to get that paper like it was the last thing she'd do with her life. That is unrealistic, stupid, and it's not funny if they were intending it to be. You're just sitting there going, get out. It's not that important. It's stuff like that that drives me crazy. If you want to make a slasher, make the characters somewhat relatable. They're always assholes. They're always the stuck-up cheerleader that's always a slut for some reason. You gotta make us care about the characters or their death isn't gonna mean crap. And then it's not gonna be as suspenseful because you're like, just kill them already. Just kill these stupid characters so I don't have to listen to them anymore. But this is 10 times worse than any of the other slashers. Like, look at freaking Halloween with Jamie Curtis. We had reason to care about her. You could tell she was a strong person. You could tell she wasn't going to sit down and take this abuse from. No, it's Jamie Curtis. To take this abuse from Michael. She fought back. She had a goal. She had a family. She had all of this that you wanted to root for her. You didn't want to see Michael kill her. You wanted to see her badass her way to this nigh unkillable freaking person. And you wanted to see her win. These characters, every time they died, I didn't blink an eye. Because I didn't care. I did not care about a single one of them. And I get the whole point of a slasher is to get to watch people get slashed up. But one of my favorite movies that does this is both Halloween and Scream. I like how Scream comments on the stupid horror tropes while it does them. I like how the characters know about horror movies, yet still don't use that knowledge to their advantage to fight this killer. Except for, of course, Sydney, who again badasses her way around the villains. We care about the characters in Halloween. We care about the main character of Scream. This, I felt nothing for. So the movie was just boring. It wasn't even that long. It's like an hour and 20 minutes. And I felt like it was a 5-hour movie because it was that boring. Even the ending scene was anticlimactic. So the killer somehow got in his closet without the cops or the family knowing, got in her closet. And as soon as they showed the boyfriend laying in the bed after the dream she had and after she came out of the bathroom, I knew he was dead. How many times have that same scenario played out in these types of movies? So there was no shock there. Then she backs into her closet and the bad guy grabs her. And instead of screaming so the cop could hear her, she stays quiet. And yeah, I know he had a knife, but she could have gotten help a lot faster, screamed, let the cop know he was there, and then did her little escape like she did. And the whole fight scene, we didn't get to see her fight back really that much. Yeah, she rolled out of the way at the end of it to say, stay away from me, but he was already dead and not a threat at that point. The whole movie was just so bland. The characters were, like I said, I want to be prom queen cutouts. They had no personality. The villain was not intimidating, even though they tried to make him be. The deaths were uninspired. It was just all over the place, and all of it was boring. I don't know if the original is like that too, but if you're gonna remake something and make it worse, or make it the exact same, don't remake it. Don't remake it. I'm saying this to especially Disney, because you have always made your remakes worse, and they've always been terrible. But it was just a movie I would skip unless you're sick and you want something boring to latch on to that you don't have to invest too much time in, I guess. But it is certainly a slasher that I would skip because it's not good. It doesn't invest anything into it, so you shouldn't waste your time on it. Alright, that's it for me. Hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.